Pro football coverage, powered by Davis Law Firm.
You got to figure there were some Cowboy fans sitting at home yesterday watching the 49ers thinking, should have been us. We would have done better. Philadelphia Eagles are headed to the Super Bowl after they beat up the 49ers. They scored first, and there's Brock Purdy, and Brock Purdy didn't get to play the whole game. They knocked out that quarterback in the first quarter. Here's the Eagles scoring, and then here's probably the beginning of the end. Well, I don't know what that, yeah, okay, that might have been the beginning of the end. Here's the beginning of the end for Brock Purdy right there. Gets smacked right there on the elbow. The 49ers have to go with Josh Johnson, their fourth quarterback of the season, but the Eagles dominated both sides of the ball. Jalen Hurts only threw 25 passes, no TDs, but they rushed for 148 yards. That was one bright spot for the 49ers. The Eagles ended up with 4 touchdowns on the ground. They beat the 49ers 31-7 and are headed to the Super Bowl to represent the NFC. The Kansas City Chiefs are headed back to the Super Bowl to take on the Eagles. A wounded Patrick Mahomes led the way for the Chiefs against the Bengals. He was suffering with an ankle sprain, but he endured. The game back and forth, tied at 20 at half. Joe Burrow was sacked 4 times in the first half. He threw a couple of picks as well. You could tell it was very cold in Kansas City. This one ended up going down to the wire, though, with 30 seconds left. Mahomes, with that high ankle sprain, decides he's going to take off after this touchdown pass to Kelsey. There we go. But Mahomes decided he was going to take off down the sidelines. He did get hit pretty hard. And that set up the game-winning touchdown or game-winning field goal for the 49ers, for the Kansas City Chiefs, and they end up winning it 23-20. Mahomes was 29 of 43 for 326 yards, 2 touchdowns. Now the storylines begin. The Kelsey brothers facing each other. Andy Reid playing his old team for another Super Bowl win, and there's going to be 2 weeks of that stuff. There's the late hit on Mahomes. So here's your matchup. It's the Chiefs and the Eagles, and that happens Sunday, February 12th. So hang on for the hype. 5:30 in Arizona. Hey, the Dallas Cowboys have made a big change to their offense. They got rid of their offensive coordinator, Kellen Moore. Actually, it was a mutual agreement to part ways after 4 seasons. Probably good for both sides. We got a hint of the change when Moore's contract not renewed. His contract after the season ended by Mike McCarthy, the Cowboys head coach. McCarthy and defensive coordinator Dan Quinn will both be back next season. It looks like Kellen Moore's already got a job with the Chargers. Hey, the Spurs spent last week on the West Coast. Not a pleasant trip, lost 3 straight, but they were home Saturday to host the Suns. Despite another valiant effort, San Antonio still couldn't snap that skid against Phoenix, even on head coach Greg Popovich's 73rd birthday. Spurs did rally from a double-digit fourth-quarter deficit, at least forced overtime. Keldon Johnson finished team-high 34. Jeremy Sohan provided more than a spark. He made history, becoming the first teenager in franchise history to score 30 points. Unfortunately, they lost. We'll see if they can turn it around tonight. Hopefully, it's a little warmer inside the AT&T Center than out. They host the Washington Wizards tonight. Then they host Sacramento on Wednesday. And then they host Philadelphia on Friday. And then they are off on the rodeo road trip.
Go Spurs, go.
There you go.
Thank you, David. All right, a local organization works to help those living with vision loss. Why those a part of the organization say it provides opportunities and support. Russia is now ramping up attacks against civilian targets in Ukraine. A series of deadly Russian missile strikes this weekend destroyed Ukrainian infrastructure, including a hospital, bus station, and residential buildings, and killing at least 3 people. ABC's M. Wynn reports Ukrainian President Zelensky pleading with Western allies to speed up weapon supplies, including longer-range missiles and fighter jets.
Russian forces hitting Ukraine with a new barrage of missile strikes targeting civilians. Overnight, 1 resident of this building killed in Kharkiv, the nation's 2nd largest city. And Sunday in Kherson, journalists frantically trying to seek cover. Missiles landing not far away, striking non-military sites, including a post office, bus station, and a hospital where 2 nurses were hurt. Russian rockets raining down on these 2 apartment buildings. Ukrainian President Zelensky saying the strikes killed 3 people, wounding at least 6 others. Zelensky calling the attacks atrocious, pleading for the U.S. and other Western nations to speed up their weapons supplies. A top aide to Zelensky saying the Biden administration and NATO allies are now engaged in fast-track talks with Ukraine on potentially sending longer-range missiles and fighter jets. This coming just days after the U.S. and Germany each agreed to send advanced tanks to bolster Ukraine's fight against the Russian invaders. Zelensky saying we have to make the next week no less powerful for our defense. The first tanks committed by Germany are expected to arrive in Ukraine in early March, but the new Abrams M1 tanks from the U.S. might take up to a year before Ukraine receives them, since they still have to be built. M1, ABC News, Washington.
During his trip to Israel, Secretary of State Antony Blinken is urging Israel and the Palestinians to exercise restraint and ease tensions amid a spike in violence that has put the region on edge. The latest violence erupted last week with an Israeli military raid on a militant stronghold in the West Bank. 10 people killed, most of them militants. There was more violence when Palestinians attacked an East Jerusalem Jewish settlement. 7 Israelis were killed. The violence comes after months of Israeli arrest raids in the West Bank, which were launched after a wave of Palestinian attacks against Israelis in the spring of 2022 that killed 19 people.
All right, it's 36 degrees at 12:33. Justin, yesterday you took a fantastic picture of that front moving in. I was outside and you just felt it, like an instant temperature drop.
It hit hard and it hit quick. Yesterday, if you thought it was warm, you were right. We made it into the upper 70s, and if it feels cold today, you're also right. Take a look at the 24-hour temperature difference. About 35-degree temperature difference from this time yesterday. So that cold front has had a big impact on all of South Texas, and now we're going to be stuck in the cold for about 3 days, and it will also include some rain and, unfortunately, we think some freezing rain as well. There's a look at the live radar. We've got showers coming through San Antonio right now, and you saw that there on live cam with a few drops. These are light showers, but the intensity has picked up a little bit since perhaps this morning. And then as you get up into Kendall County, that's where we've been watching some light freezing rain as well, working through the Bernie area in between Comfort and Bernie. Like I said, it was warm yesterday, so roads probably okay right now, but over time this will change, especially elevated surfaces, bridges, and overpasses. Those are always the first to go. You'll initially start to see it on things like metal signs, stop signs, and trees, and then it goes to bridges and overpasses, and you see everything just kind of get a little more slick. Again, that hasn't happened quite yet, but there is the potential as we get into tonight that this could get worse. And there's already been a little bit of ice reported up around the Austin area. Temperatures are very, very important here, and we're already down to freezing in Austin. 32 Kerrville, 28 Rock Springs, 29 Junction, 30 in Fredericksburg. And that freezing line is just north of Bexar County right now. 32 Bernie Stage, 32 in Comfort, but 35 and above here in San Antonio as it stands right now. Here's what we're thinking. So over the next couple of days, this is through midday Wednesday, minor impacts here in San Antonio. Some of the bridges could get slick, mainly on the north side, northern part of Bexar County. But you go north of 1604, Leon Springs, Timberwood Park, Boulevardy, New Braunfels. That's where you could start to look at some icy bridges, some light ice on the trees. Then it gets even worse up in the hill country, places like Bernie, Kerrville, Spring Branch, Fredericksburg. Trees may begin to sag, some limbs may come down, and that results in a few power outages. That will be the case next couple of days. We're going to be keeping close tabs on all of it for you. And we've got more on this to come here in just a few minutes, guys.
Look forward to that. Thanks, Justin. A new study suggests school-age children worldwide lost out on more than a third of a year's worth of learning when COVID-19 caused schools to close. Researchers looked at data from 42 studies on learning progress during the pandemic in 15 different countries. Most of the studies were done from high and middle income countries, a few from low income ones. They found that learning deficits due to school closures were, quote, particularly pronounced for children from low socioeconomic backgrounds. The author said students have still not recovered from those setbacks and suggest that school districts take steps to add tutoring and learning time.
The San Antonio Lighthouse for the Blind has been empowering the lives of thousands of people with vision loss. Our Tiffany Huerta shows us how it's transformed lives and what it means to those a part of the organization.
You have to know the strap. You have to know the clips.
Tanya Ingram
Every time I sew it, I have to make sure the number or letter is up.
knows everything about assembling military helmet straps.
I do about anywhere from 300 to 600 a day.
She makes sure every strap is perfect.
I'm very funny about my work. I'm very funny about the straps because they're like my babies. And I know how important it is because I have a son out in the field that's doing Navy SEAL training.
Ingram works at the San Antonio Lighthouse for the Blind, a nonprofit providing rehabilitation services and employment opportunities for the blind and vision impaired. She lost her eyesight after an eye surgery, and this place helped her in many ways.
It also allowed me to keep a job so I can help my family.
The Lighthouse for the Blind has been operating in San Antonio since 1933. They make everything from military uniforms, accessories, and office supplies.
These are all pencils I have to remember numbers and parts for.
Jeffrey Torres is going on 38 years working for the Lighthouse.
If I can't see it well enough, I will pull out my magnifying glass and verify what I'm seeing and making sure it's the right item.
While it was difficult finding a job at first,
I got your tray, Eugene.
Jeffrey is thankful he landed here.
I love the people here.
For many here, the nonprofit has provided opportunities and support.
I made a lot of mistakes. They kept pushing me back to do it again. They believed in me.
Tiffany Huertas, KSAT12 News.
A shakeup at the box office this weekend after a film that's been out for a few weeks moved up a couple spots. A look at the top 5 films that's ahead.
Hello everyone, these are your top headlines from Cheddar News. Serbian tennis star Novak Djokovic winning his 10th Australian Open and his 22nd Grand Slam title. Djokovic, who was paired against rival Stefanos Tsitsipas, dominated all 3 rounds. Djokovic was notably emotional, later describing the accomplishment as one of the biggest victories of his life. Meanwhile, Amazon will start charging fees for grocery deliveries on orders that cost less than $150, even if you have a Prime membership. Starting February 28th, grocery delivery will cost $9.95 for orders less than $50, $6.95 for orders between $50 and $100, and $3.95 for orders between $100 and $150. And the Federal Reserve is expected to issue a smaller rate hike once again on the back of cooling inflation. In fact, many economists predict the agency will likely stop raising interest rates sometime this year. The next Fed meeting is set to be held Tuesday and Wednesday. And that's your Cheddar News Update. I'm Baker Pachado coming to you from Cheddar Studios in Lower Manhattan.
The House Energy and Commerce Committee wants to hear from TikTok CEO himself. So Shou Chu is set to testify before the panel in March. He's expected to answer questions about TikTok's privacy and data security practices, its impact on young users, and its relationship to the Chinese Communist Party. The high-profile hearing highlights the rising political risk for TikTok as it negotiates with the U.S. on a national security deal continue to drag on. U.S. officials worry China could use its laws to pressure TikTok or parent company ByteDance to hand over U.S. user data for intelligence or disinformation purposes. The platform has been banned on all U.S. government official devices, and more than half of states in the U.S. have taken similar measures.
The Super Bowl just a couple of weeks away, and while game day snacks are going to generally be more expensive, a couple of party food options that haven't been affected by inflation. How about chicken wings? Actually cost 20% less than last year due to a better supply. Back in January 22, a pound of wings, $3.38, give or take. This year, the price, $2.65. Another affordable option right now is guacamole. Avocado prices are down 20% from last year. However, beer prices are up more than 10%. The Kansas City Chiefs, Philadelphia Eagles face off in Super Bowl on February 12th at the State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, where it's nice and warm year-round.
I feel like avocados were really expensive last year. There was like a shortage or something. So maybe,
Aren't they always expensive, though?
So then I feel like...
Well, and there was that shortage of wings, so everybody's like up in arms.
Well, that's right. I remember that.
Bougie foods now.
Yeah. You saw some of the drops there on the camera. We're starting to see some rain here in San Antonio, some showers working their way through. Of course, temperatures cold enough in the hill country to support some freezing rain at this hour. So far, our high today was 46. That was back at midnight. Our low is our current temperature, 36. Could be as cold as 5. That was back in 1949. That's also one of our coldest years. We're going to talk more about this chance for ice, how long it's going to last, and where the biggest impacts will be coming up.
The story of the next couple of days is freezing temperatures, Justin.
Yeah, the potential for ice. That's it's. We knew this was going to be a cold air mass. I think it's coming in a little bit colder than expected, and therein lies the issue that we're going to have across the whole country with the threat for some ice accumulation. I know it's been warm, but that threat is there, and I want to go outside first, and that just tells the story, right? Ugh, cold, rainy, wet. Those roads are slick. We don't have ice here in San Antonio. Let me be clear about that. This is just rain and just liquid, but the roads are still going to be kind of slick out there. As you can see, traffic here at the lunch hour starting to pick up a little bit. Right now, 36 degrees. Says cloudy at the airport, but obviously in that shot, we are seeing some rain. Northerly winds at 16 miles per hour. Dew point is at 33. And as we look at the radar here, there are those showers working through, a little patch of showers that have made their way through San Antonio here over the last hour or so. And then as you get up into Kendall County, temperatures are now cold enough to support a little bit of freezing rain. Now, it's going to take some time for things to become, well, I don't want to use the word treacherous, but because it was warm yesterday, we still have some time before things start to accumulate some ice, but maybe not too much time, because the more precipitation you see, the more this stuff starts to kind of build. You'll start with the metal signs, trees, and then eventually some of the bridges and overpasses could start to get slick. So I-10, as you're coming out of San Antonio, this is one to watch up towards Kerrville. Any highway there across the hill country, 281, especially by tomorrow morning, there could be some slick spots. So all of this we'll need to keep in mind. If you're watching from San Antonio, things are probably okay through today into tonight. But northern parts of Bexar County, that's another area we probably will still watch going into tonight. Here's the bigger picture. And temperatures are going to be so very important here. It's going to be a razor thin margin. 32 degrees Kerrville, 28 Rock Springs, 30 in Fredericksburg. So you can see we're below freezing here. 36 still above freezing in New Braunfels, 32 in Austin. A little closer look here, that freezing line, probably right there, Fair Oaks Ranch north. You start to get into some of the freezing stuff. 39 Rio Medina, 35 Randolph, 39 in Stinson, 39 down in Pleasanton, all liquid there. Wind chill values are in the 20s. It's chilly. These gusty winds make it feel all that much colder. That doesn't really change much. Temperatures are not going to warm up over the next couple of days. 36 degrees at 2 o'clock, 36 at 3 p.m. We're consistent here, maybe down to 35, 7 p.m. And we're keeping in a 40% chance for rain. The rain chance maybe picks up a little bit tonight into early tomorrow morning. And we're going to be watching some little disturbances. It's always hard to determine exactly when some of the better lift comes in, but it'll be periodic. And we're seeing that overrunning of this cold air mass. And you can see it so very clearly because of the cloud cover. The clouds build in right behind the front. And then you get the overrunning. And that's what you get with the showers. And then you get into freezing rain and even some snow up in Oklahoma. This air mass is only about 1,000 feet thick. It's a very thin air mass, but it's enough to get some of that freezing rain going. So here's a look at the futurecast. We'll fast forward to 6 p.m. tonight. Still shows a few showers. And then as we get into early tomorrow morning, freezing rain across the hill country, rain for San Antonio and along Highway 90. That freezing line is going to kind of meander here, but more of it tomorrow afternoon, more of it Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning's a time frame we do need to watch because things get heavier. The heavier rain may actually draw down some warmer temperatures, but not before we get some ice accumulation with some of this heavier stuff, Kerrville, Lakey, over to Bernie. Maybe even New Braunfels and then northern Bexar County. And then by Wednesday morning, again, it gets pretty heavy in spots. It's not until Wednesday afternoon that things may start to calm a little bit. And then by Thursday morning, we get the showers out of here. The freezing rain impacts, as we look a little bit closer here at Bexar County, be Helotes, Leon Springs, Fair Oaks Ranch, Timberwood Park, Stone Oak, some minor impacts. You go north, it becomes more moderate, especially as you get up towards Fredericksburg, Kerrville, Blanco. This is where you're running into some really probably some icy bridges and overpasses and some ice accumulation, maybe even up to half an inch, then you have to start to worry about tree limbs and power outages and that sort of thing. And this is a widespread issue from West Texas all the way to Dallas down to Waco and Austin. So it just, again, this is a scenario where we have to be very careful. I think most of San Antonio is going to be okay. We'll probably get out of this without a whole lot of impacts, but we'll be here to watch it this entire time, and we'll be on the KSAT weather app to keep you posted. 35 Tuesday, 36 Wednesday, this 54 Thursday after some clearing in the morning. Sun pops back out. We're at 62 Friday and mid-60s this weekend. We'll be right back.
Avatar: The Way of Water spent its 7th weekend in the theaters at #1. It added $15.7 million to its domestic box office haul, which now stands at over $620 million. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish continue to hold on to second place with $10.6 million, bringing its 6-week domestic box office total to over $140 million. Meanwhile, A Man Called Otto moved up from 5th place into 3rd with $6.8 million. Megan dropped from 3rd place to 4th with $6.4 million. And Hindi language action film Pathaan debuted at #5 on ticket sales of $5.9 million.
Downtown for SA Live, I'm going to go out on a limb and say Mike and Fiona have something to keep you warm during this cold spell.
Oh. Ding, 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 ding.
At least 2 things, but yes.
Yes, okay, and we have Shailene McNeil from Beef 11 Texans
Good
here.
to see you. Okay.
What are we making?
Oh my goodness, we're gonna make some authentic Texas chili.
Perfect on a day like this.
And you know what? It's the key ingredient is what's not in it. No beans, no tomatoes to be that authentic Texas chili. So we'll talk about that.
And made with some good sirloin, which you said beef is pretty good purchase at the grocery store these days, right?
Absolutely, great value, great value.
All right, and something else to keep you warm, this Thai stew. And yes, there is some great beef in here as well. We're going to tell you where you can find some of this.
Yes, a popular traveling chef is here and will tell you where you can go to the pop-up and eat up. All right, and Jen is, of course, helping you get all gussied up for the rodeo.
Hey, Jen.
That's right, we're here at Bless Your Heart Boutique, and I have Katie Brockman joining me, the owner. You have a tip for people looking to get all dressed up for the rodeo. What is that?
Absolutely, like if you have your favorite black or white top with your favorite denim, you can pair it with a great statement necklace like this. We sell this here at the store. We also have lots of great hats, under $40. Both of these things will make it beautiful for rodeo.
There you go, under $40, guys. Back to you.
Feeling a little kind of maybe run down? Yeah, how about a shot in the arm, literally.
It's a way to boost your energy and immunity. We'll tell you all about it.
Look at how lively we look from that. And need some makeup tips for folks in their prime.
Makeup do's and don'ts. All that and more when SA Live continues in just a few.